Hi, welcome everybody. This is Patty Simone, and I am a co-presenter and moderator of today's webinar for the Mahwah Regional Chamber of Commerce. And we will be talking about all things Instagram today, which is very exciting because, as you know, there's a lot of people who are really obsessed with visuals. And so, of course, Instagram is really a great platform for that. So before we get started, I just want to give you a brief intro to our presenter today. We are lucky to be having Karen Yankovich doing our Instagram program. She is a conversational conversion expert. And what does that mean? Well, I'll give you a little bit of a heads up. She rocks a variety of communities on social media, including Blab, Twitters, and Facebook. And she's a nationally recognized leader on LinkedIn. And through her company, Uplevel Media LLC, Karen guides career track professionals, C-suite executives, startups, and established brands alike to more profitable use, engagement, and, obviously conversions through strategic conversations. So that's what it means about a conversational conversion expert. Because, of course, before anyone's going to buy from you, they got to know about you, they got to feel comfortable about you, and conversations and through a variety of channels facilitate that. So her expertise centers around building authentic rapport with clients, prospects, and influencers, and leveraging the resulting dialogue into transformative brand expansion, service, and sales channels. Karen is a popular trainer and speaker, and her advice has been featured on Daily Worth, Social Media Examiner, and the Huffington Post. So you can find out more about Karen's consulting, LinkedIn workshops and programs, and her speaking topics on KarenYankovich.com. So without further ado, Karen, take it away.
Hey everyone, thanks Patty. And just a little heads up, KarenYankovich.com, if you've been to my site before, it's a brand new website. So I'd love for you guys to check out my new site and let me know what you think. Took a long time coming, but it's finally live. So yeah, I'm excited to be here today talking about Instagram. Instagram is a really powerful platform. Let me just ask you, Patty, can you see my screen? Can you see the MRCC logo and where it says Instagram?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, good. Okay. So we're gonna just kind of go through it today. I'm gonna actually see if I can mirror my phone, because the thing with Instagram is it's a mobile app. You can view Instagram on your desktop, but to actually use it, you need to be using it from mobile. So we're going to talk for a minute about what is Instagram. So for right now, I'm going to just take you on over to hang on one second, Instagram. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, let me just go through this a little bit. I want to thank our sponsors for this webinar today. This webinar is sponsored by R&D Legal Bookkeeping, who has generously sponsored many of our webinars. My company, Uplevel Media, and you can get some more information at Uplevel Media at uplevelmedia.com, as well as KarenYankovich.com, and Patty Simone, who's our generous co-host today. You can get more information on Patty at womancentric.net. So, whoops. So you can see here, this is where I'm actually going to put my phone in a minute, where I'm going to put that right smack in the middle of that. But before we do that, I want to just kind of take you to the actual, give me one second here to pull it on over. So this is actually Instagram. So Instagram basically is a feed of visual images that people use, not just to, some of it's personal, some of it's business, but I will tell you that my business is social media. So I am probably on social media, more social media sites than the average business, because it's what I do for a living, right? If I take the exact same post and post it on Facebook and Instagram, now my Facebook business page has over 10,000 fans. My Instagram page, actually, let's take a look. I think I'm at like 1,500.
Wow, that was a great.
So almost 1,600 Instagram followers. So if I post the same thing on Facebook as I do on Instagram, I'll probably get 3 times the amount of engagement on Instagram than I get on Facebook. So the reason that that's important is, obviously the reason you're doing all of this is to get more eyes on you and your business, right? So it's really important that if you have a visual mindset, right? You've got to have, Instagram is all visual. I'm going to go through it step by step. If you've got that visual mindset, don't overlook Instagram as a place where people are just posting pictures, you know, of their cats or whatever. I mean, it is a powerful platform. It's a powerful way to get eyes on your business. Now, that being said, things have changed a little bit. Right now, as many of you may know, or if you watched Jade's presentation, you know this as well, Facebook business pages, it's kind of hard to get people's eyes on it, right? If I have 10,000 followers, it doesn't mean I get 10,000 people to see every post that I do. I'm lucky if I get 100 people to see every post that I do without, you know, some maneuvering and some ad budget. But on Instagram, it presents it in a feed. Now, Instagram has implemented algorithms in the last month, I think. So we really haven't had enough time for me to really judge what that's going to do to your visibility. But what it means, just like it means everywhere else, is you need to step up your game. You need to have a strategy, and you need to execute that strategy so that people can see your content, right? So I'd love to see like a show of hands, or if you guys, you know, in the chat want to just quickly mention if you're using Instagram or not, and what you're using, like how many people here are actually using Instagram. I know you use it, Patty. And we can look at some of the feeds on here. So we're gonna look at some different things on here, but I want to actually show you the mobile app as well. I just want to keep that to a minimum. So basically what Instagram is it's a place where you post. It's all visual. You can have some video. I actually don't think I have any. Oh, here's some recent video. I was at the Final Four a couple of weeks ago. So here's a quick little short Instagram video from that. So you can post Final Four. That was, I don't know if you guys saw that game, but this was like right when there was like a minute left and there was no things. Obviously, that's not business, right? But what it does is it allows the people that are following me for business to know a little bit more about me, right? It makes them feel a little bit more like they know me. And I got a lot of people that I know through my business messaging me about basketball now, right? So it gives them a way to connect to me. It gives me a way to connect to them, right? So you'll see here that I posted like this particular image. This is a woman that's been following me for a long time. She interviewed me for her Blab show. We've done, you know, I've never met her in person, and she actually came to an event I was at in New York City the other day. You know, and it was really fun to get to meet her in person. This is actually I'll just show you quickly what, you know, and all I just put on here was I love when I get to meet my online friends in person, right? So, you know, we'll talk a little bit about how this is all set up. But so this is, you know, it tells people that I'm like, I'm available, right? I'm not just trying to hide behind my computer. I love to meet people in person, right? This basically was me just whining one day because I was sitting in front of my computer, I think for 3 straight days, you know, but basically it shows people like a little bit behind the scenes, right? They can see my iPad, they can see my laptop, they can see a little bit about my office. I was also at the Boston Marathon. It was kind of a busy kind of month running around, but again, what I love about that is what I teach people very often is how to use social media in a way to market your business while you're doing things like going to the Boston Marathon, right? So it's kind of like showing people that I walk the talk, right? You can set this stuff up ahead of time. Not necessarily Instagram, and we'll talk about that, but you know, social media is a way that you can keep your name in front of your clients while you're at anywhere like the Boston Marathon, like, you know, like the Final Four. This is actually, I was speaking at an event. Actually, Patty was with me here. I was speaking at an event in South Jersey, and we got there early. So I went into the mall. It was at a restaurant in a mall, and I got my makeup done at the MAC store. So again, it lets people know that I'm a speaker, right? So that adds to my, you know, a little bit to my influence and credibility, but it's a little behind the scenes, right? Like, what do I do? What do you do when you get to a speaking gig early? So it's kind of a way to bridge the gap between business and personal. And before we get into like what I want to talk about next, I want to show you another Instagram account that I have. So this is, as you can see, it's a lot of personal. Obviously, you don't see really personal things here, right? I know that I'm a very visible business person. So you're not going to see pictures here of, you know, me in my pajamas having a couple, like, I'm just not going to do that because I know that I'm very visible to my tribe. So it's professional yet sort of personal, if that makes sense. Yes. I got to give a shout out to this. When I was at the Final Four in Houston, those Southerners know how to sweet talk you. I had to wear an over 21 bracelet to get a drink, which I have saved, right? I've got that. That's my favorite memento from that trip was the over 21 bracelet, right? That was pretty funny. But here's another place I shared my Snapchat account, right? Snapchat is how do you get people to see you on Snapchat? So I'm cross promoting. So you can see here this is actually Patty again. I must Instagram a lot when I'm with you, Patty.
Yes.
We were at a coffee shop and just doing some work, and I was just talking a little bit about that. This is a webinar. So this is actually straight business. This is a webinar I was doing. Like, join me for this webinar. You can see that I'm not doing a lot of promoting on here, but it's a combination. This was a photo shoot that I did, right? So again, kind of fun, but it shows that I invest in my brand, in my personal brand, in photo shoots. This is a client who's got a deck. I love it. So, you can see all kinds of different kinds of things here that I do. This is some of this is more straight pitching. Let me just go back up here though, and I want to show you my other Instagram account, because this is the Instagram account that gets me the most business, okay? And it's my LinkedIn tips account. So it's my Instagram account, right? I don't have as many followers. I only have 345 followers. And I'm going to preface this by saying I am not very good at keeping this account up. I'm actually in the process of I have a new assistant, and this is going to be one of her jobs. It's going to be to manage this LinkedIn tips Instagram account, because I get a lot of engagement on these posts, right? Like, look at this post. Are you using this? I created this with my phone in 10 seconds. Okay. 45 likes, all these comments. I got new followers that week. This is 7 weeks ago. So it shows you how much I don't do this, but I obviously should be doing it more, right? This is huge.
And none of it, what I like about it is it's all advice. It's not it's not advertorial, it's editorial in nature most of the time. And then sometimes obviously you're going to make announcements of things.
Right, exactly. Let me just show you a couple of things here. See if I can scroll to this, because what happens often, and I guess it hasn't happened in the last couple of posts that I have, but what happens often is people tag people in it, like, hey, check out this Instagram account. It's good stuff. So basically, I use this to position myself. I mean, I do a lot of work around positioning, to position myself as a LinkedIn expert, right? So I've had different people maintain this. And like I said, I haven't done as good a job on this as I'd like. But Patty, for example, you can create a women-centric one that's separate from your Patty Simone one, and that positions you as that, and it brings more people to your tribe, right? And now we're going to go into next, like how technically how you do all of this. But if people click on this takes them to my LinkedIn program, right? So there's one link that you're allowed to use on Instagram. That's live. You can put as many links as you want in the feed, but there's one link that's live, and that's in your headline here, in your header. And to me, so this is a really important link. You got to think about, where do you want this to go to? This gets me a lot of traffic. It gets me a lot of business, frankly. So the goal of this is not to have another Instagram account that positions me as influential with LinkedIn, although that's helpful, right? I love that this does that for me. The goal is to drive people to my free LinkedIn programs, which funnel people to my paid LinkedIn programs, right? So it isn't just about having pretty pictures about LinkedIn. It's about establishing myself as an expert. It's about using it to drive traffic to my LinkedIn programs. So I know people that have even more Instagram accounts than 2, right? But for me, 2 is plenty. As you can see, I don't even do enough on 2. But it's pretty good stuff. It's pretty good stuff. It like I said, it gets so much more engagement than any other platform that I use. So much more engagement. So it's really powerful if it's done right. So what does that mean if it's done right? What does that mean? So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go into the profile, and you can see here that you got the ability to create a bio. This is the link. This is the one live link that I've got, and that goes to my free video series. It's probably what my LinkedIn one should go to now. I should probably change that. Your name, your email, what your username is. Now, my LinkedIn username is Karen Yankovich, all squished together, which is the same username I use. Not my LinkedIn username, my Instagram username, which is the same username I use across all social media. And you'll see in a little bit where that's helpful. there's pictures of me. I don't really think I need to tell people that I'm a man or a woman, right? But there's other ways that you can, there's other things you can do in here to set this up. But it's important that your bio really kind of stands out from the crowd. So let's kind of go back to here so you can see my bio. Like, there's different ways to do this, and there's a school of thought that people put all kinds of emojis and stuff in there. You can absolutely do that. I should probably have more emojis in there, but my brand is not that visual. So I'm using Instagram to kind of add a visual element to it, but I don't need it to have, I don't know. I guess it could have like fireworks and things like that, but I just don't. But know that you can have fireworks. And we're going to look at some other Instagram accounts in a little bit. But you want to make sure that this bio is set up right, and you can change it all the time. For example, if I'm doing like what I could have done here today, I could have said free webinar today and put the link to this webinar in there. And then when it's over, go back in and change it, right? So if you do if I scroll down here to, I was promoting a program for Marie Forleo a couple of, I guess about a month ago. And so these were talking about, her free training series. The free training series she did drove people to her program, her B-School program, which I loved and was really life-changing for me. So I wanted to, so I was a partner with her to bring her program to the rest of the world, right, in February. So at that time, I put in here, check out KarenYankovich.com/B-School or click the link in my bio. So at that time, the link in my bio was KarenYankovich.com/B-School. So that link in your bio, you can change it depending on what you're promoting at any given time. Okay, so make sure that you do that, because people will do that. People will click on it. If you start using these platforms really consistently, if you've got a posting plan, like a couple times a week, maybe you're going to post to your free whatever, those kinds of things, people will click on it, but you got to tell them it, right? I don't make people think, I wonder if she's got a link that I can click on. I say, click the link in my bio, right? And then I put it there as well in case for whatever reason they don't think about going there, right? So I type it out, and I also put it in the bio. So that way it makes it really easy for people to do what I want them to do, right? That's what you need to do here. You need to make sure that your plan is, whatever your promotion plan is that you're really, really specific with what you want people to do.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the hashtags that you choose to use, Karen?
Some of the what?
Some of the hashtags that are.
I am going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. What time is it? I want to make sure we're good on time. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. But right now, okay. I want to talk about just setting up your profile in and of itself. Okay. But I think we've got the profile pretty much set up right now, because it's pretty simple. It's not complicated to set up. It's not complicated at all, but it's important that you set it up properly. It's important that you have a username that is consistent with all your other usernames. It's important that you have a bio that is, that tells people what you want to tell them at that moment, right? When I was promoting B-School, I probably didn't have time to rock out your LinkedIn profile free video series. I probably had something about B-School, right? Are you interested? Is it time for you to take your business to the next level or something like that? So your bio can change. I would probably leave social media marketing, business consultant and speaker, and LinkedIn evangelist all the time, because that's just generally who I am. But that last section is going to be, what am I promoting at any given time? So let's talk about now how it works. So now you've got your profile set up, you've got your bio set up. Let's just kind of go back to here so you see the feed. So basically, this is, I love this because this is one of my clients. So I love to see them using Instagram really powerfully. We're going to like this because I love that they're using it. And now we'll talk a little bit about hashtags. So this company here, Details for the Home, what they do, they're a little store in Haymarket, Virginia, as you can see. And let's check out their bio. So you can see we're winging this here, right? Unique boutique located in Haymarket, Virginia. Now they definitely have a need to use these funky little, emojis, right? Because it's much more their brand. Follow us for your home or fashion needs. And then what they're doing is, on a regular basis, they're posting either pictures of things in the store, right? So a lot of this is things in the store, or they're posting something like this, which is just, something kind of on brand for them, but influential. So this one here, this must have been National Teachers Day, which I think was a few days ago, right? The influence of a good teacher can never be erased. So hopefully they're putting, right, details has just the right gift for you to show them how much you appreciate all their hard work and dedication. Perfect, right? Now look at this. They have 18 likes on this post. I want to show you something. They are very new to this. They only have 465 followers, right? 18 likes on that. That's a really powerful platform for them. It is driving traffic to their brand on a regular basis. I want to show you something else about actually, again, setting it up and how it works. So let's see if they listen. And this has 40 likes, right? How cool is that? When they're posting here, they're using hashtags. We're going to talk a little bit about hashtags now. They're using hashtags now that not only are interesting to their brand, but interesting to their location, because they have a physical location. It's not like my business doesn't have a physical location. Nobody needs to know where I am at any given time. Sometimes I'm going to tell them where I am, but if somebody is on vacation, for example, in the Haymarket, Virginia area, or let's just say you live in that area, right? Like I live in Ringwood. Let's say I search hashtag Ringwood. I want to see what people locally are posting, and it brings your name. If you're using that hashtag, if you're a local business and you're using that hashtag, it's going to give me more of an opportunity to see your stuff. I'm going to show you a little bit more about how we do that in a minute. But you can see here they use a variety of different hashtags. And let me just show you here. So let's just show you. I'm going to click on a hashtag. And what that hashtag, when you do, it shows you all the posts that use that hashtag. All right. So let's use a local hashtag, because I'm going with, you guys are mostly local because this is the Mahwah Chamber. Let's use Ringwood. Now there's a Ringwood, England. So a lot of times that comes up. I could put Ringwood, New Jersey. I'm guessing this is Ringwood. Look how beautiful that is, right? So this is News 12 at Skyline Manor in Ringwood, posting this gorgeous, gorgeous picture, right? So it's interesting. Now I'm going to follow them because I wasn't following them before. I love that they're hanging out in my town and doing this. So Ringwood peeps, where the heck are your business people? If you guys are online, where are the pictures of pizza? Where are the pictures of your sandwiches? Imagine if in this, I think that's probably Ringwood, England. Let's see, scroll down here. Pizza One. This is a local business. This is awesome. Pizza One. Now, I would probably prefer to see a picture of your pizza, but
Right.
this is now, obviously this is a message. This is obviously a message. So New Jersey Pizza One, they're actually in Wanacue, but I love that they're using the local towns. I wouldn't have known that Pizza One stood for anti-bullying, right? Unless up until this very second. And I found it because I was looking to see who's using the hashtag Ringwood, right? So, let's just check some other hashtags out. And I tell realtors this all the time, man. There's some kid sitting in, in Bergen County somewhere, looking to buy a house in somewhere a little bit more affordable, right? So, or they're looking to see what people are talking about in the towns that they're looking to buy houses at. So if you're a realtor, use the hashtags of your local towns. It lets people know you even exist, right? So let me just see something. Let me try, because we're getting too many posts here from outside of the world. Let me try Ringwood, New Jersey, although I don't know that that's going to show up, but let's see. So now we know this is not going to be Orange Lantern Oath. Okay, so that's really interesting. I don't know who Marvelous Facts are, but the Orange Lantern meaning the superhero. I thought that was the bar. Okay, but you can see here that these are people using the hashtag Ringwood, New Jersey. Let's see what they're selling, right? Why the heck not? So this is somebody. Where does it say Ring? Where do you see the hashtag? I don't see the hashtag Ringwood, New Jersey. Maybe they're in Ringwood, New Jersey. Maybe that's what this is coming up. Maybe they posted it from Ringwood. But you can see it's a great way to drive traffic to your business. Ring. That's why it came up. I'm like, what? Okay. Now we're in the right place. That didn't make any sense. All right, so here you can see, obviously this is pictures of Ringwood. People are mountain biking, people are up here. Here's some pizza. Here we go. This is, so this, I don't even know who this is. Homemade by Heidi. So let's go see who Chef CJ is. I don't know where this is, so maybe it wasn't the pizzeria doing this, but you get the picture here, right? You get the picture. If you're a local business, you should be using these hashtags because it brings people to your business. Now, obviously, there's some contractors here. I love that. The contractors should be using this. I actually have, let's go take a look at Nick's account. Another guy that I've done some work with. We just started Instagram for him. This Instagram, you can see there's hardly any pictures. He's just started Instagram, but he's a local business, right? So what we're doing is we're showing pictures of the work that he's done. Like, look at this gorgeous kitchen, right? So here's Nick, and he's using, Bergen County, Westchester, home renovations, kitchen. He's using some hashtags to hopefully bring more people to his account. You guys should all be following Nick, the home source guy. So you can see that hashtags are a really important part of an Instagram strategy because it helps bring more people to your business. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, let's try James Wedmore. I think James Wedmore does a really good job of using hashtags. Might not be James Wedmore, but let's just see here. Yeah, he's got no hashtags, so it's not James Wedmore. Let's just try one more. Yeah, no, so it's not him. All right, I can't even think of who his name just went right out of my head. Oh my gosh. His name is at the tip of my tongue. When I think of it, I'll find it. I'll bring him up. But there's lots of people. You can use lots and lots of hashtags in an Instagram post so that you can see. Let's go back to my feed and let's see what people are posting here, because I want to show you a little bit more about hashtags. So we looked a little bit about details for the home and how they're using some hashtags around their products and services, and now this is Happy Nurses Day. Awesome, right? So they're using nurses, special day, accessories, boutiques. Now these are some other towns, right? They're not using Haymarket. Well, they are, but they're using Gainesville and Warrenton, right? So using some other ones. Glamour Magazine. Let's just take a quick look. This person here, if you guys are this beach yoga girl, first of all, she just does these gorgeous yoga pictures every day. So it's just a beautiful thing to follow and kind of inspirational. I just want to scroll real quick so here's another guy, Robert C. Stern. He's another social media consultant. He's actually in New Jersey as well. He's just doing something inspirational here, but you can see he's using a bunch of different hashtags. Some of them are custom, right? The social leader is his tagline. That's what he calls himself, right? The social leader. But he's also using social media tips, social media business. So we can click on these different hashtags. Liz D'Alto. Liz actually does a really good job with Instagram. You can see here too, you can put a ton of stuff. So Patty, I know you do a lot of, we'll look at your account in a minute. I know you do a lot of images of food. You can actually put the whole recipe here. You can put the entire recipe here.
Yes, and I have, but not lately. Lately, I have been just doing short posts, and it's all food related.
Right. Cool. So I'm just looking to see. So I know Nathan Lotka does. Nathan Lotka, I can't think of the name of the company he owns, but Heyo. He owns Heyo. Look at all the hashtags he's using in one post. This is how you grow your business, by using a crap ton of hashtags, because when people click on these hashtags, it gets people to know about you. So it's really, does that make sense, Patty? Did I explain hashtags well enough? Because I know that's a question a lot of people ask.
Yeah.
Do you see the power of hashtags?
It's basically thinking about the folks that you want to engage and you want to follow you, and the appropriateness of what that hashtag will mean to what it is you're actually showing, and knowing also that you can create your own. You can start your own hashtag that's just, something that describes you as who you are in the industry or what you focus on, and try a combination of them. And sometimes it leads to a video, it leads to an article, you're sharing advice, you're sharing a recipe, and you'll get a lot of engagement, and you just have to test to see which hashtags get you the best response.
Are there any hashtag questions? Does anybody before I move on, does anybody have a hashtag question? If so, put it in the Q&A and we'll address that, because I want to kind of stop here and make sure everybody understands the power of hashtags. They don't work on all this. And by the way, this explanation works on Facebook and Twitter as well. They don't really work as well on LinkedIn and some other platforms, but a hashtag, that's the reason we're using hashtags, is to have more people find us. I want to show you unique designs. This guy Henry does an interesting job. Listen, he's got a ton of followers, and what he's done is, I'm going to click on it so you can see his brand.
Well, we
They
do
all
have
look
one.
exactly the same, right? Look at those pictures. They all look exactly the same. I don't know if I love that, but it's working for him. It's working for him. He's got a ton of followers. Look, he's got 30,000 followers. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, he's actually from New Jersey also, Henry. He's in Sparta. So he's using, if we click on a recent one, he's using, again, a ton of hashtags. Instagram is his #1 platform to use to get new business. #1 platform. And obviously he's rocking it, right? He's got 30,000 followers.
Right. Listen, Karen, we got 2 people who have asked some questions. So Helene
okay,
wants
sure.
to
What
know
are the questions?
how do you actually create a hashtag? Helene asks.
Well, you just make it up. I mean, you just create, you think of words. I mean, you just put a £sign before a word. Okay, so that's basically, and I'm just looking for another, I want to find another account for you as we're talking here, but you just basically create a word and you put a £sign in front of it, right? So if I want,
or a phrase.
What's that?
Or a phrase, right? It can be a
exactly.
word or a phrase.
If I'm using, exactly. So if I'm on my LinkedIn account, I'm going to use hashtag LinkedIn, because if anybody's searching hashtag LinkedIn, they're going to find my account. If I'm using hashtag social media, I'm not going to put a space between social and media, because then it breaks the hashtag. It's really then hashtag social, right? And media is just a separate word. So creating, you don't have to, there's no hashtag police. You can use whatever hashtag you want. Like Robert C. Stern, you saw, uses the social leader. If you wanted to use the social leader, you could. I don't know if I would, because you really want to stand out from the crowd. Like one of the things that I use is Karen Y Live. So if I'm speaking to a live group, and I haven't really done this recently, but if you search a hashtag Karen Y Live, you'll see some posts that people use that just is where I'm live, and it helps them, it just, you'll see a compilation of posts that people have used that hashtag at. So you can, there's a combination of things you want to, I'm just going to quickly scroll through here because I'm looking for somebody's in particular, and I know he posts all the time, so it's got to be here. Here's Ringwood Pizza. Here's Ringwood Pizza. Now here's the deal. Why the hell didn't Ringwood Pizza use hashtag Ringwood? I want to call them up right now, right? Use hashtag Ringwood. Really? And we would have found that. They should use hashtag Ringwood in every single friggin' post. Okay? So
Lizanne, sorry, Lizanne, I'm screwing up your name, so I'm just going to go with the first name. How do you know which hashtag brought someone to your page?
You don't.
You don't, right?
You don't. You don't. Here, by the way, this is who I was looking for before, but of course he's using, so here's Lewis Houses, who I was thinking about before. Lewis Houses does a great job of hashtags. This is somebody he had Donnie Deutsch on his podcast that day, right? But he doesn't necessarily put them in here. He made a separate post with hashtags, and look at them. Quotes, success, mindset, goals, passion. They're words. Any one of us could use all of these hashtags. Okay. So I would go, if you're in this business, I would be going to Lewis House's account when you need to create some hashtags for some hashtag inspiration, and see what he's using, and use the same ones. You don't have to have your own. You can use the same ones. Okay. That's actually who I was looking for before.
Right. And Sharon has asked, do we have anything on MRCC experience? And obviously that's something that's a great example of a hashtag that we created for the Mahwah Chamber. So we decided that part of the theme for the year, overall, the board decided that we were going to focus on the experiences that the Mahwah Regional Chamber of Commerce provides every year. And so we came up with hashtag MRCC experience. And when we're posting things, we are trying to use that hashtag as much as possible.
So here's some people using MRCC experience, right? Here's the posts. So these we typed, and you can see I typed in MRCC experience. I think I actually have been using the MRCC experience, so I got to take out the. But Carl Cox is using them. So these are people that used MRCC experience on Instagram. Now we don't have an Instagram account for the chamber, or at least not one that's active. So this is only going to be posts from other people because we're not really using it here. I want to just show you this guy, because this is the one I've been looking for. This Wax Crumbles. The guy, look at this. They have 75,000 followers. Okay. This is bags of friggin' ground up wax with pretty smells. Okay. His business is completely 100% grown from Instagram. He's 19 years old and he's making $20,000 a month on this account. 19 years old. I don't know about you guys, but I have had some 19-year-olds that were not making $20,000 a month. Okay. He's making $20,000 a month on Instagram. Okay. Because when he's posting, look at him. There he is. He's 19. Look at this little kid making $20,000 a month. He's got a podcast. He basically rocks the living hell out of this. Look at this $20 gift card, share and win. Share this post and win a gift card. We can all do that, right? We can all do that.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, right? Crazy. That's how powerful this could be if you put the focus to it, right? If you put the focus to Instagram and think about what you're doing that you can, like, what's your wax crumbles, right? What are you doing that you can be posting about on a consistent basis? I mean, I tell my personal clients all the time, my private clients all the time, especially if you have a local business, let's say you're a deli or let's say you're the pizzeria. Most of the times, a lot of these people have kids, high school kids or college kids that work for them, right? Make it a part of their job. Make it a part of their job once a day to take a picture of something, some food, right, that came from there. Do some hashtag research, come up with 20 hashtags that are a mixture of things that you want. So Ringwood, New Jersey, Passaic County, Bergen County, right? And make it part of their job once a day to take an Instagram picture and post it on their account and geotag it to your store, right? So Haymarket, the details for the home, they geotag those posts to the store, right? And you're going to get in front of a ton of people that way. And these kids are doing this anyway, right? So it doesn't even have to be them. It can be anybody. I just use, a lot of restaurants use that as an example. If you're a deli, it's the first time you make your sandwich for your special of the day, take a picture of it, put it on Instagram, put some hashtags, put some great description of it, and say, this is our special today. Make it look tantalizingly yummy, right? And put it on Instagram at 11 o'clock and see how many. I bet you're going to sell more between 11 and 2, right? Because people are going to see that post. So it's easy stuff to do if you've got your head in it, right? If that makes sense. Like, I really need to stop by Ringwood Pizza and just talk to them because I love their food. I love their pizza, and a couple little tweaks. If they were using hashtag Ringwood, we would have found that. Right? We found it anyway.
Right.
But people are not still looking for, I love that they're using hashtag Ringwood Pizza also. I'm not saying to stop using the ones they're using. I'm saying to use a few more. Use hashtag Passaic County. Use hashtag Ringwood. Use hashtag Erskine Lakes. Hashtag Cupstone Lake. Use some hashtags that are related to the local area, and you're going to get more people coming into your business.
Yep.
Right.
The geographic targeting is really important for local businesses because you want people to be able to find you when they're out looking, and they are using their phones to search for a variety of different things. And if you're not hashtagging appropriately, you will miss out on opportunities for them to find you because, let's face it, they don't know that Ringwood Pizza is using Ringwood Pizza. They're just looking Ringwood restaurants.
Exactly.
So those were the two hashtags that I would be looking for. If I'm in Ringwood and I want to, I'm there for the day and whatever, and I'm looking for a place to eat, I'm going to be looking under Ringwood restaurants to try and find a place that has, see what their food pictures are like. So please don't post bad food pictures. Oh God, if we're talking about food, please, that's a number one turnoff. Nobody's going to want to come. So make sure the pictures are good. But the hashtagging is really important for geographic searches in particular.
Exactly. And again, you're a realtor, right? You got some young couple sitting in their couch, on their parents' couch. They're about to get married. They want to buy a house. They're searching these towns by hashtag on Twitter and Instagram. They are, right? So be the realtor that's in the feed, right? Be the pizzeria that's in the feed. Be the restaurant that's in the feed. Be the dry cleaner that's in the feed. I don't care what you are. Be the one that's in the feeds when people are using your local hashtags. It's really easy to do.
And if you're not local, it's the same deal. You can do, if you're online and you're a coach and you can coach anyone, anywhere, right? And the same
Yep.
thing. Karen and I, we do business with people all over the world, who got in contact with us because we end up, quote, in their feed because of the variety of different channels that we're using and the hashtags and the places we comment and we blog. All of these things are very strategically done so that we end up somewhere in their feed. They stumble across us. And so
Yep.
if you're that type of business that you can do business anywhere through consulting, then make sure you are populating your different platforms, and Instagram being one of them, with a variety of content that's going to up your game above your competitors who are not being as vigilant in doing so.
Exactly. I want to show you another example, and I usually ask people's permission to do this, but I don't think Tackle and Field is going to mind that we're promoting their account a little bit. This is the Tackle and Field store. They're a local business in Ringwood, right? They sell tackle, right? That's what they sell. So I did some consulting with them for a while, and you can see they've got pictures of things in the store. They've been doing this on their own for a while, but let me tell you what I did for them. And this is just some of the little strategy things you can think about. What I did for them was I searched things like hashtag Passaic River. Okay. And I went, so I'm logged in as their account. Okay. So right now I'm logged in as my account, so this doesn't work, but you're logged in as I'm logged in as a client. I'm logged in as Tackle and Field. I look and see who is posting fish pictures. And as you can see, there's a crap ton of them. Who is posting fish pictures that are using the hashtag Passaic River. And I'm commenting on them as him. Nice fish. Wow, that's a great one. What'd you use to catch them? Whatever the fish terminology is, right? This guy's going, how cool, the local tackle store is commenting on my fish. How easy was that, by the way, first of all, to find my ideal client? You can do that now. I did the same thing with Hackensack River, Greenwood Lake, all the different bodies of water that people might be fishing in their geographic area, right? And I went in, and anytime, and people that are fishing are holding up pictures of their fish and taking pictures of themselves. What's happening. So look at how many there are. I mean, it's like, talk about throwing fishing in a barrel, right? That's what this is like. They got attention to their account. They went from 0 to 200 followers in about 3 weeks. Just by going in and looking for people holding up pictures of fish that are using, now these are the same Team Last Cast. So let's see if I can find somebody different. These are all the same. I don't even know what Team Last Cast is, but, let's see, this is probably not Team Last Cast. So this is just some kid that found a 2.5 smallmouth, right? Used hashtag Passaic River. And if I comment on this post as Tackle and Field, this kid's going to follow them back. There's no doubt that they're going to follow them back. So you got to think about, what's your Passaic River? What's your hashtag Passaic River, right? What is it? What is the hashtag that you can search that's going to bring you up a whole slew of your private clients, right? Your ideal clients that you can, again, you're not pitching yourself, you're commenting on their stuff, right? So for me, if I want to do hashtag LinkedIn profile, let's say, did I spell it right? LinkedIn profile. Yeah. So, I know these people using that hashtag. Now these actually look like a lot of pictures, right? I know they're very interested right now in their LinkedIn profile. So if I click on their picture, right? So this is their picture for their LinkedIn profile. If I comment on this, especially as my LinkedIn tips account, right? Hopefully she's going to be like, interesting. I need to see more, because I know that right now they're interested in LinkedIn profile. They're interested in their LinkedIn profile. So it's like, again, it's like fishing in a barrel, right? So you need to think about, what are your hashtags? So the steps in this are, number one, create the account, set it up so that you have a description that there's no doubt what it is you do, right? Get active, start posting a combination of a little bit of behind the scenes. People love behind the scenes, right? We don't never get to always see behind the scenes. Instagram's a great way to show behind the scenes to some of these things. And then start posting. And then once you're posting on a consistent basis, now you're going to go in and you're going to start commenting on all of the people that you can find by doing hashtag research that's going to bring your ideal clients to you in that search, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, Patty?
Yeah. Absolutely. And,
All right. So
again, it's an excellent research tool. And again, the prospecting is, like you said, fish in a barrel, because people are already using these hashtags. You have something in common with them. This is what they're interested in. It's such a great tool.
it really is. It really is. And what I'm going to do now is I want to just take you over to my phone. Give me 1 second here because I want to make sure this works. So basically, you can do everything we've done so far. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. Let me go back to here. This is why I had this blank slide because
Nice.
so basically, this is my phone right now. So if I get any text messages, you're all going to see it. They're all going to be live. So nobody text me anything. Or Patty, you can text me something fun if you want to show that. But anyway, this is
Yeah.
live from my phone, right? So this is what the Instagram interface looks like. All right, you get these 5 buttons across the bottom. This is where your profile is. Oops, I'm clicking on here. I got to touch it on my phone to make it stop. This is where your profile is. So this is what we were just looking at, right? This is all the comments and the people that were commenting, right? So, see, there's Patty texting me. This is just to show you that we're live on my phone. So these are people that started following me. Again, I don't know who these people are. They've hopefully found me from either a hashtag or somebody else is following me or they saw the post or whatever. So, you can see there's just lots and lots of things. Let me just show you this for a second. Let me just show you. This is a kind of a strategy to get your name in front of people. Look at this person here. This is what's kind of called like Instagram bombing. Okay. You got to be careful when you do this because you don't want to look like a desperate, pain in the neck. But with this, now you saw all the other people that follow me. We just kind of skimmed right over them. I don't know who they are, and nothing made them stand out to me. But this Allie M Pearls, she started following me, but she commented and liked and commented and liked, so that she's in my feed over and over and over at the same time. Makes me take a look at her and think, who is this person? You know what I mean? Because she showed a little extra interest in me, right?
Mhm.
So that's a way. If there's somebody that you want to get their attention, this is a way to do it. Don't just like their stuff, because when you like their stuff, you just get lost in the feed here, right? Like. If you comment, you stand out, and if you comment and like, you stand out even more. So again, growing your Instagram account is more about engagement than it is about, like, again, even when I talked about the tackle and field in the Passaic County, it was about engagement on other people's, on their ideal clients' accounts that brought business to them. Okay. So this is actually the where you would actually post. Actually, I'm at the shore. We have a new, you all now know the Wi-Fi code to my beach house. Okay, so this is the Instagram post that I posted on my LinkedIn account the other day. You basically just go to your camera roll. You can either take a picture, so I can, let's not do that, because you can either take a picture, and that's going to be, it's facing the bottom of my computer right now, but hang on, you can see, you just take a picture, or you can take a video, same thing. You just, take the video, or you go to your library. So you can have these pictures already in your library. So when I posted this picture, it was a picture that I had taken. I had taken a bunch of pictures, and it was in my library. So once you choose the picture, you go to next, and it gives you a bunch of filters. So now you can, if I didn't like that, I could have it in black and white, and you can see all the different filters here that can make the picture stand out differently. And you can choose what filter you want, right? This is all free. There's nothing paid in any of this. And then from there, you just hit next again, and then here's where you would type the caption, right? So you would type in here, whatever you're typing, right? This is where you could tag people. This is where you can do the geotagging by location. Now I tag this. Instagram knows because this picture was taken at the Gotham West Market. So even though I'm not there, Instagram's smart enough to know where the picture was taken. So I can choose this Gotham West Market, and I've just geotagged them. Now, anybody that's searching for Gotham West Market or anything in that area is going to see this picture. So think about how powerful that is. If you have a local business, you need to be sure that your name's coming up in this, okay? I can choose whether I want to share it to Facebook or Twitter, and that's all pre-set up. We're going to go back, and we're not going to share this because I just shared it, but that's basically kind of simply how you would post on Instagram. So you can take a bunch of pictures ahead of time, or you can do them live at an event, right? This is the button here, this search button is where you would search on your phone for those hashtags or a particular Instagram account or whatever. And then this home button is your feed, and it's just your feed that you have here. If you go into this profile button on the right here, it's kind of interesting because I'm looking at it on my monitor, but I have to touch my phone to make things happen here. I don't know if my brain can function like that. But you can see here that I have, except, oh my gosh, I keep trying to scroll there. I've got different accounts linked here, right? So you can see the linked accounts that I have. I have my Twitter account and my Facebook account linked. You can choose either your Facebook personal page, like it'll pop up here. I can choose my Facebook personal page or any business page that I'm an admin on. I leave my personal page there by default, or because that way I know if I want to share it that way. I'm going to show you something else that I use though for Twitter. When you share it to Twitter from here. So if I go to here, if I go to this picture and I want to share it, so that you would push this little button here and it would say, whoops, not that, hold on. Up here, these three little dots, and it will say I can share it and I can pick Twitter. If I pick Twitter here, it just shows up. It doesn't show the picture, which it's visual, right? It's Instagram. I want the picture to show. So I'm going to give you guys a little secret sauce tip here. Let me see if I can find it for you quickly. I use a program, and if you guys are doing actually you'll see there's tons of stuff here. Patty, I don't even know if you're familiar with this program, but there's a program called If This Then That. Okay. And you can see I don't even have Instagram authorized to use Twitter because I don't need it to come up as a tweet. I want it to come up as a picture. Right? So if this, then that. Why can't I drag it over? Hold on. There we go. If this, then that. It's free. It's free. Okay. I can say Instagram and Twitter. And I have an Instagram. I have a recipe. They call them recipes. So let's go to my recipes. I have a recipe set up that says, I have a bunch of them, but let's see right here. This is live. Post your Instagram pictures as native Twitter pictures. I set this up once, and every single time I post a picture on Instagram, it automatically posts that picture on Twitter as a native Twitter picture. I don't even have to touch it. There are billions of free recipes in IFTTT, like tons and tons and tons and tons and tons. So I don't use all of, as you can see, I've got a bunch. This is the only live one I've got running right now. But it's a really cool way to cross promote, right? Why wouldn't you? Twitter's so noisy. Why wouldn't you want to share all of your pictures that you posted on Instagram onto your Twitter account? I don't even have to touch it, and it shows up as a picture. So if I do it with that share button on Instagram, it doesn't go up.
Can you choose which one? You have to make a separate recipe for each account, each Twitter account, because I have several Twitter accounts.
Yes.
So you have to set.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. So it's pretty cool stuff. It's really, really cool stuff. And I just lost my connection to my phone. So we'll scroll to, and we're pretty much wrapping this up at this point anyway. But let's dive in. We already dived in. So these are my accounts, the Karen Yankovich and the LinkedIn Tips accounts. So I'd love for you guys to follow me on these accounts. Do we have any other questions? Is there anything else we want to talk about? Like Patty, I know you, tell us a little bit about how you use Instagram. Oh, I spelled Instagram wrong on this. Spell it right when you look. If you're looking to find me, spell it with an A.
Yes. I use it right now just to post food pictures because I am a foodie and I love experimenting with recipes, and especially when I was working on Women Centric alone, just trying to develop that as a platform for women. I had my daughter working with me, and we would post all the time stuff that we were making, like our lunch. And again, that goes back to what you said about sharing some private stuff that's not really private, but it gives people a hint about behind the scenes. Here's what we're doing today. I used to share pictures of my dog, who was our mascot, that he would be sitting, next to me at my desk while I was working. And it was, a way of humanizing things. And even just when I was, helping somebody on a press release, let's say, I post a picture of a piece of chocolate on my laptop, just saying time for that chocolate break, to get some inspiration. And those kinds of posts where, again, it's just about your personality and someone having the chance of getting to know you as a person would get so much engagement. I'm not selling anything. I'm not, it's just me being me and letting my personality show, and also, I guess, the business personality. And it's a way to start a dialogue and get people interested interested, and it's a way through interests. Let's say if you're into historic places, which I am, and I'm going, I'm involved with a nonprofit that happens to be a historic site. I'm posting about that too because that's a legitimate interest of mine, and so I'm getting into different people's feeds through my interests. So that's I guess overall for Karen and I both, we're always looking at the top level strategy first and how it makes sense from a big picture perspective, because you just don't want to just throw a bunch of things on there. But if you are, again, sharing things that are relevant to what you do and also showing that behind the scenes personality stuff, it's awesome.
I agree. I agree. Do we have any questions about Instagram, Patty, before
I don't
we?
know. Nobody's asking any further questions. I think we should talk about the social media day, and we do have a couple more webinars coming up as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, all of these webinars that we're doing for the Mahwah Regional Chamber of Commerce, they're free. We're so excited that you're here today, whether you're watching it live or you're watching it on our YouTube channel. But all of this is culminating in Social Media Day, which is June 30th, 2016. It's a worldwide recognized social media day, right? So the 7th annual official global celebration of social media, and we've got, as you can see you can see here, we've got a full day planned for you all. We've got, and obviously on the right hand side, we're still looking for some sponsors. We've got already some sponsors. So the Sheraton, it's at the Sheraton in Mahwah, the Sheraton Crossroads, and they're a sponsor of the event. So, we want to thank them, M&T Bank, Prestige Family of Fine Cars, Superior, I can't even read that, but Superior,
Yes.
What's that?
I can't. Yeah, I can't read that either. Sorry.
So Superior. So we're thrilled to have our sponsors to helping us with this, and we hope that you're all going to join us. We've got a full day of speakers. The speakers announcements will probably come out in a week or two. We've got a full day of high-end speakers. There's going to be workshops and breakout sessions and training, and a panel of experts. So there'll be a lot of networking. It's a full day of social media, just social media buzz. And you're going to learn so much on this day. We're going to be, talk about hashtags. We're going to be hashtagging the day. We would love for you to be there. If you can't be there, if you've got people that work for your company or people on your team that are responsible for the social media, or that would be, that maybe if they knew more about social media, they'd be able to do more social media for your business, send them. Okay. It is absolutely, like, just for an example, we talked about some of the local businesses here today. I mean, it's $129 for a member. You are going to get probably $5,000 worth of training on that day, right? Don't you think so, Patty? I mean, that
Absolutely.
$129.
Yeah.
If you're a local pizzeria or a local, retail store or whatever, you're going to get so much insight on Social Media Day about things that you can do to get more eyes on the work that you do, to get more people to know you exist and the kinds of things you do there. So, as you can tell,
the other thing I do
I'm
want to
really excited
mention,
about it.
the other thing I want to make sure I mention is it's not only about getting in front of clients and prospects. It's also for the purposes of sales. It's also a service mechanism. So if someone's having a problem and they need to reach you and you're very responsive to them, people are seeing that, and that's really powerful, very positive. But it also is the main channel that all members of the media are using when they're researching to do their next story. So we go from bloggers to editors and writers and producers that are trolling all of these spaces. And if they're putting together a segment or an article and they're looking for people to quote, you being active in a way that, again, is showing your expertise and value, gives you that opportunity to get in front of those people and to get quoted. And that is still very, very powerful to be quoted in an article, whether it's in the town journal or whether it's the Bergen Record or whether it's a larger venue like the New York Times, of course. So, keep that in mind as well.
Well, and the other thing that's important to know too about Social Media Day is we're all going to be there all day. So I've got, we don't know exactly who our speakers are going to be yet, but we're going to have a whole host of social media experts there all day long for you to ask your questions to about your business. So find me and let's talk about how the best, what some great hashtags might be for your Instagram strategy for your business, right? So it's not just about the training that you're going to get and the workshops, but it's also about the networking. And I'm going to have some of my staff there too. So we're gonna really, I think it's going to be a great day, and I hope that the tickets are on, so you can buy your admission now. So you can register today. I'd love to see you all there. And yeah, so it's Superior Technology. And then my company,
Yeah,
Up Level
Superior
Media, is also going to be a sponsor. Yeah, my company is also going to be a sponsor for the day. So, so I can't wait to see you all there. And I'm so glad you were here today with us. And start hashtagging using MRCC experience at all of the networking events for the chamber. And by the way, if you're a member of the chamber and you're using hashtag MRCC experience and someone else searches that, gets you visible, right? So it's not just good for the chamber, it's good for you when you use the hashtags, because it brings attention to your business as well as the chamber. So win-win.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be an awesome day. And like Karen said, it's going to be a day that's filled with a number of opportunities. It's education, it's networking, it's getting to know other people, and it's getting to know the chamber too. So if you've been on the fence about joining, you can see what it's like to be a part of the MAWA experience, MAWA Regional Chamber of Commerce experience, because it's a great organization. And really, it is all about helping you build your business, helping you build your platform, and helping you to understand how to use, especially social media and a variety of other platforms to grow your business.
Awesome. Okay, everyone, we're going to wrap this up. It was really great to be hanging here with you guys today talking about Instagram. And Patty, what's our next workshop? And when is it? LinkedIn? Is it me again next time? I think it is.
I think so. I think so.
So
yeah.
So we're doing LinkedIn Advanced. So that's another one you don't want to miss, because you're going to learn all of my secret sauce tips to get more eyes on your LinkedIn profile, which if you know me, you know that I think that that's another amazing, amazing way to get your next client. So come on back. I believe it is the 18th, May 18th.
You can check out all the information about all the events and all the webinars is on, mawa.com.
All right. We'll see you guys back here for the next one, and we'll see you on Social Media Day.